Hi, Godwin.
Hi, Godwin.
Hi, Godwin. Godwin was with us discussing family matters last week.
And he couldn't stay back for the amen.
But then
guess
he said,
what?
I will do a comeback.
He's here.
And
we're glad to
comeback
have
he has
you,
done.
Godwin. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
SB.
Second person that came in
SB.
early.
Nah. Well,
Bambi.
I try as much as possible not to be late.
You're
As
actually
long as
of
I'm
good
in.
behavior. You're on point.
Yeah.
SB, I just want to say I feel your feeler. Take it in, baby.
Huh?
Hi, wifey. Hi, wifey. Agape love here.
Lagos. We're here.
Yes, we are.
It's for the men.
It's for the men.
Yeah.
Basil then is the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. I removed the 11th because we have to give hope to other of
It's
the men
not.
in the
Oh,
life.
is it because we do the show at 11 o'clock? Yeah,
No.
It's okay.
No.
Basil then is the 7th.
7th, 8th.
Hi,
9th, 10th.
Basil.
Hi.
I know the gifted God has couldn't
Hey,
wait. He just couldn't
my
wait.
love. Hey, I don't enter.
He couldn't wait. You know,
I couldn't wait for what?
Okay, I know you miss me already.
Yeah.
You said, did you miss her?
No.
Wait, I'm coming. Did you miss
I
her?
miss somebody.
She suru.
Should be a two-way
Did you
thing.
miss her?
Nah, she knows. Now. She knows.
I
That's not the
understand.
question.
That's not the
Is
answer
she
to
the
the
one
question.
answering you or is it
Answer
My
is-
smile says it all.
Did you miss her?
Okuri.
Yeah, like just a
Run.
little bit.
That is okay.
How did you show it?
Just a little bit.
On Saturday,
Hey, don't go there.
February 14, Kilo say,
No,
I say missing somebody.
no, it's
I was
non-existent.
busy working on the project.
He went to
He's working on
Oh.
a project. He's working on a project.
be with the savior.
Anyway,
he came back last night.
dear men, they have write us a message that is tagged at you. They say we should tell you to chime in on the matter. They say, thank God, they even told us that we can say one or two things inside. But you are the men, and this is your show. It reads, dear men, I would really like this conversation to be had on dear men because I would like to hear the different points of view of the women and the men. I am a guy in my mid-30s in a very healthy relationship, and we are very happy. We are at the point of talking marriage plans, and that's where we seem to have hit a snag. Please help me look at this. So we are talking about the kind of marriage we want and our dreams and all, and then my fiancé now starts asking, what if we decide to divorce? At first I was just shocked, like, where did this even come from? She said we have to factor the chances of divorce happening, so she wants us to be clear on the kinds of things that we would do on the kinds of things that would be on grounds for divorce. The kinds of things that would be for grounds of divorce, like cheating, one person choosing to relocate even if the other person is not okay with it, and so on. She also wants us to agree now on some things if the kids are in the picture during the divorce. I was uncomfortable. I was not comfortable with the conversation, and it turned into an argument. Since then, she has been trying to raise the conversation, and I have been avoiding as much as I can. I don't think it's right for people who say that they love each other and want to get married to be talking about the options of divorce. What kind of mindset is that? Is that not spelling doom for our marriage before we even walk down the aisle? Please, what do you guys think? Does this mean that she has an ulterior motive in this our marriage? And this is a message from a family member to you.
So,
Dear men,
men,
Avou la
over to
parole.
you.
That's how they look the guy.
What's wrong with the guy?
What happened to him?
What was he doing in courtship?
I don't understand.
All in question have you eaten today? Are you fine? What's wrong with you? Is that are those the question is discussing in courtship?
I'm looking for my soul.
If you don't eat, I will not be happy. Eat for me. Eat for two.
What are you supposed to do when you are in courtship? No. Okay, now being serious. What's the sense of courting someone? You ask the difficult questions. You want to know. I want to know the best way to, or the best time to talk about the most difficult thing is when you're in courtship. You won't marry finish, make you come the
No, but
but they
one
never
of the
marry
most
now.
difficult. I don't think
because she said a divorce. Are there no red flags? What do you call red flags when you're?
I don't think one of the difficult questions you want to ask or have a
Is-
conversation about will be divorce.
My-
We're still together
yeah.
now.
Because
We're
it's,
still in.
because it's
My
not
question
constant.
is-
Because it does not
is
sound
she,
comfortable.
My question is she being pessimistic
See.
or realistic?
Now
I know you guys understand.
one thing about we humans.
Okay.
So there are times we talk about stuff, and then when we get to that particular thing, when it's happened, the way we react will probably be different. So actions and words most times don't meet.
Okay.
But I think if she's bringing up that conversation, I think it's still valid. They should still talk about it. Though she might not see. Another thing with the husband is the way you will talk about something. The way you talk about it will probably be different from the way
That you
I
will.
will bring it up. So you might probably be expecting her to talk about it in a certain way. And if she's not bringing up that vibe or presenting it in that way, I don't think it should be. You should probably try and see. She's talking about what's the possibility, or what will you probably see from me that will make you pick up a divorce from her, take me to court and tell me you're done with this marriage?
Okay, so I do have a thought to chime in. I think for the guy in question, his concern is not that she's not asking about what are your deal breakers. So you say, oh, cheating is a deal breaker for me. If you cheat in our marriage, that's
I'm out
the
of the
end.
way.
But that's what she has to ask you, right?
If
The way she
if you decide that you're going to relocate and we're not in agreement, that's, I feel like you've not taken into account my
own perspective.
my own perspective, because I'm not a long distance person, or I don't fare well in long distance. But to now take that up a notch and say, so let's assume we now divorce and you have 3 cars. Am I getting 2? So it's like you're cashing out on something that has not already been. You don't know if you're going to die tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to die while giving birth, or you're going to be hit by a car tomorrow. But you're already projecting. It's kind of like what I've been to a country where they drive on the offensive. We in Nigeria, we drive on the defensive because we don't know if when I hit someone, if my insurance is going to pay. So I would rather not hit the person, and I don't know if your brakes are working. But in that country, because every year you go for road tests, the company that certifies your car is responsible if your car has a failed brake. People drive and they just hit the accelerator. The problem with that is, if you're coming out of an alleyway, they're driving as though, rather than slow down, they're driving as though you better have your brakes in order. Otherwise, my insurance is going to call your insurance. What if you die from that incident, that impact? You're not going to be calling insurance. They're going to be calling your family members. So I believe that, at least from my understanding, I believe that he's not against them discussing deal breakers. What he is against is that you have now taken the deal breakers and you're now analyzing your own. It's like the prodigal son. Father, you're not yet dead, but I still need my cut, So how we going to work around it?
He says we're talking about the kinds of things we want and our dreams and all. And my fiancé now starts to ask, what if we decide to divorce?
It's like you are already speculating.
He also says, she said we have to factor the chances of divorce happening. So she wants us to be clear on things, of the kinds of things that would be grounds for divorce. Like cheating, one person choosing to relocate, even if the other person is not okay with it, and so I don't think it's I think it's like you said. I think it's deal breakers. But she's calling it. It's just the way that she's presenting it. It's like, which is not a crime to talk about deal breakers, though.
But it's the fact that she brought divorce to the table. It's like,
but she's talking about the things we need to check each other right now, so that we know what will be a ground for divorce. And if divorce comes to the table, what are we looking at? We need to now start looking at protecting the children. Hold on, help me here. She might be coming from a family that was divorced, and it was a bad divorce, and it affected the children, which is why she's even saying, what about the children in the picture? If there are children in the picture, how do we make this work? So let's prepare for the worst as we prepare for the best. Is that such a crime?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
ahead. No, I was gonna say I'm in agreement with you if that's how she presented it.
From what you read, she never said anything about what she's going to get from you or what the guy's going to get.
Yes, it's
if
not
they go
about
their
personal
separate ways.
interest. It's about
So-
what are the deal breakers, and then how do we make sure this is amicable?
See,
I think the guy
um,
was thrown off because of the
wait.
way she says, "Oh, what if we decide to divorce?"
divorce.
Like still Dennis.
I'm
So
Yeah.
that was why I said
like,
What are
okay,
they
what's
the
going
way
on?
the way that was I
The
said
communication
presentation,
style, yes.
communication style.
So do we take away the message or do we take away the style?
So for
Yes,
some
Pastor
weird
Dennis.
reason, I wish I could stand to say this. If you look, I like to look
If you
at
see that, you
things
go choke.
deeply. This lady, that if that you're saying that, she's just saying if. She's saying when it's time to divorce. This lady wants a divorce, in my opinion.
Nah,
This person is
come on now.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
I'm
hold on.
listening.
Bas-
I'm all ears.
Bas-
When
You
I
always
like
you
what
always
Yeah.
carry me go.
But I like
Well, you don't know.
I like what you did. I like what you did just now. You read it again and explained it. Listen to that person, and it's not even about the guy. If this lady meets every man, she will bring it up like when it's time. This person is anticipating it. She's open to it. When that's why I say people don't understand these things, and that's why I like how you started. You see this deal breakers you're talking about and saying what were they doing during courtship. When you're courting somebody, you guys are in courtship or you're dating somebody. You guys are already talking about whether you want many people will tell you, oh, I don't want this thing. You know whether somebody wants. She's open to it. That's the danger of this marriage. That's the danger. That's the reason. No, she's open.
No, she's open to
For what
it.
I've read,
Does not mean
But guess what? Your
she
spouse
will
shouldn't
go
be
that
open
route.
to- if I understand you to a certain level.
Exactly. Open
Am
to
I
don't
getting
know
married?
she
she will go
wants
that
it.
right.
Nah,
See,
hold on.
she's
See,
saying
See.
probably for me, I can't
I
enjoy
don't know
you
if you understand
beating
what I'm
me.
saying.
So if you beat me,
Grounds
I'm
for
gonna
divorce.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
That's
leave
what I'm
you.
saying. So
Yeah.
now,
Let's not
when
start
you're
what we cannot
dating,
finish.
or you're in
Finish.
courtship, you already know that you won't beat me, I won't beat you because we know each other. See, I'm
Exactly.
not now. Wait, hold
During
on,
courtship
wait
is
now.
what he's trying to
I
pay
know you
attention
guys
to.
are going to say people change.
No.
But
But if
guess
we don't
what?
have the
Ain't that true?
conversation,
Ain't that
no.
true?
If we don't have the conversation,
change.
we're only making
For
assumptions.
me, if you're coming to tell me how far and you're still trying to bring up that topic, let's talk about divorce. It's a big deal for you. You are hoping it happens because, man, let's talk when
Not
this thing comes up, how
necessarily.
far.
Here we
Because guess
always
what? You
talking
shouldn't be
about
pushing on it, though.
communicating.
See, if you have to marry somebody,
How we
talk
big
about-
on communication?
It means we have
Exactly.
but guess what? It means we have to go back what marriage really is. Oh. If you're
Okay.
putting in that, it's like saying how far when we lose one child, what's up?
No, not
Is that what
when.
they're
She
saying,
says if.
No, it's when, in my opinion. That's what I think she's trying
The
to
number
say.
to
It's
call, whether
strategy.
it is if or when, is 0805
In your
092
Well-
0927. 0805 092 0927.
You
That
can
is
also
the
call
number.
us on 0802 502 7711. 0802 502 7711. Well, she used what and
WhatsApp,
if.
sorry, WhatsApp as
together.
well is available.
So-
0705 69000927. 0705 69000927 for WhatsApp. Send us a voice note, call us on WhatsApp, leave us a text on WhatsApp, and we'll read your message. Yes.
So you were
If
saying what
if
and
you come
if.
to me
She
and
says,
tell
what
me
if?
how far, what
Seriously,
if,
what
when it's
if?
time and all that.
It's a Nigerian
I will
way
tell
to
you-
say it now. What
I'll
if?
start rethinking this engagement and the marriage. If somebody
You know the serious part about this thing?
wants to-
What?
This is the time for them
To have the
do
conversation.
Yeah,
If
I've
the
not
guy is
said
not
that, oh,
comfortable
you guys are
with
not
it,
getting
if
me
the
wrong.
guy
I'm
is not
saying
comfortable,
the way,
if the
if you
guy
notice, the tone and the way she's bringing it is a big
It doesn't
deal.
change the
Right.
conversation she's
if,
having.
if the guy feels what he's hearing or what he's reading is what Basil is pointing out,
Right.
and he's not comfortable with it, this is the right time for
To
him
walk away
to
because
walk.
guess what? That lady's
So,
anticipating
but
divorce.
no,
Well,
okay.
I would say this. Sometimes when the interest at heart, when the interest at hand is built on the foundation of love, you can hear something else that the person is
Is
not
saying.
Saying.
or
Oh.
saying. So I would advocate for a third party, a counselor, because sometimes it's hard to hear each other if you already have a
A notion,
mindset
yeah.
Yes.
as to
Exactly.
how the person is presenting it, because it's almost a saying that we're going to be getting married. If there's a document to fill, who would you have as your next of kin? And I'm coming from, let's say I'm coming from a traditional background. And I say my immediate younger brother. Then you're asking me, what about
about
me
you?
that is going to be your spouse? He says, no, that's how our people do it. That would be a deal breaker for a
That's
lot
what I'm
of
trying to
people.
say. It means
Right.
that
Because
that person
he's
is
not-
anticipating, what if
Yes.
divorce time comes up? I know what I'm trying to say. Oh. Connecting to what you just said. It means
But
that
today's
person
world, can we agree
looking at
that
men.
we are coming from, okay, y'all, are gonna come for me when I say what I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna say, because I ain't afraid of anybody. I'm big, bold, and beautiful. Hello. Listen, we are coming from a time where our parents, some of them stayed in horrible marriages. I'm not even going to use the word abusive, even though abusive, mental, emotional, financial, physical, what have you, verbal, right? We're coming from that space. And in today's world, we cannot outrule the fact that people don't feel the same way as they used to about divorce. Right. If it's not working, it's not working. So is it unfair or unkind or unreasonable for her to be saying, let's talk about these things? Should it not work between us by some form of trust? First of all, let's talk about the things that we know that these are boundaries. You cross it, we're out.
Yeah, but let me ask you something. Let me ask you something directly.
Yes.
How about talking about how we would walk through? How about the hard times? How do we walk through that together?
No.
How do we get to that point where? No, hold on.
Okay.
What you're trying to say is how do we get to that point where it's too tough and we have to get out?
It's immense.
Okay, it's immense turn. Sorry.
So this is not a this or
Because
that.
this sounds more like
this is not a this or that situation.
Right.
You can talk about this, still talk about that.
Yes.
That is why they are where they are presently. See, I think you guys should feel, if the guy is listening, I think you should feel comfortable. You should try as much as possible to feel comfortable.
And be grateful
You
that she's
understand?
talking about it now.
See, the guy should not tell me he has no fear going into marriage.
Everyone
That's
does,
not what
right?
I'm saying. I'm not saying people should not be realistic.
But she's being realistic and you're judging her.
Why is the guy running from
That conversation.
Why?
Do you want? Let me try to defend
Why?
you a bit. You know, when you have grown up in a kind of environment where it's all love, like divorce is not on the table. You are asking. Imagine somebody who you love and you want to spend the rest of your life with. Come up with it. Okay, you know what? What if we decide? I'm like, okay, where is this coming from? Because if you think about it, when you think about back in the day, there were times when parents would like to leave, a mom or dad, maybe husband cheated and all of that, and I understand her point of view, but the guy obviously is coming from a background like, if somebody should ask me that question, I'll be like, do you want to end it with me even before we start this marriage?
He's coming
No,
from
but
Somebody
wait,
ask me that question.
Okay, wait.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
For me
no.
personally.
See, again, I am with SB.
Which is valid.
Which is valid.
Yeah.
But I have never been
I'm
used to that. Imagine someone signing a prenup. Like, if someone should bring a prenup for me and say, okay, so I want you to sign this prenup, I'll be like,
Nope.
do you want to
No,
end
no.
it?
But
What's
I'm
going
so
on?
certain that you've heard and you've seen so many things
In
that
this
we want
life.
to have that conversation if he eventually brings it up.
Yes.
Oh, of
So I
course.
did
So
have
exactly.
the conversation.
More
Okay.
like, what are your
Wait,
doing?
wait,
Okay.
wait.
So
Sorry.
I did have the conversation with my wife, but it was a little different.
Okay.
Realistic.
We talked about divorce as that it would not be something that is on the table for any reason, which means that we are looking at a closed. So we have one key, and marriage
No
for
window.
us was entrance only, no exit, till death do us part, and that's how we addressed.
So no
like,
caveat, no.
no,
No
Yeah,
So
options.
like whatever.
So
happens,
whatever happens, there we would figure out a way to
Yeah.
resolve it.
Okay,
so
but wait.
that's the
Physical
conversation I
violence.
have. She
there's-
she was kind enough to say, well, for me, my deal breakers are this, and this, and I said, on those four, I could even add others. You would not find me on that list.
Beautiful.
So that's good enough for me.
Hold on.
But
So
so
the
style.
way it was
Yeah.
the, God bless you. I love the way you said it was the
the
style.
way and style.
Hold on. Everybody speaks differently. The way that my language is different from the way SB's language is different from your language, but it doesn't change the message and the conversation. Now, in that case,
Well, you know the style can change
No,
the
I'm
message.
coming. No, in that case,
The style can change. Okay.
Yes,
what
but
is-
wait.
Godwin,
No,
you're
no,
crazy.
but wait.
Godwin, you're crazy.
So I'm gonna ask
They're
you a
two
question
different
that you
things.
might
No,
not
no,
like.
but no.
It's the style.
Hold on. What I'm trying to say, and this is what you're saying is a little abstract from what I'm trying to say right now.
Okay.
The conversation that she's having or she's trying to have with him is a very legitimate conversation. Do we all agree?
I do agree.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
hold on. But I'm gonna ask you a
From
question.
No. Yes or no.
I
If
do
you
agree.
say no, then you
Yeah.
can
I
defend
said
your
yeah,
no.
but I'm gonna ask you a
Maybe more.
question.
Okay, so if you say that it is a
Yeah.
legitimate conversation, you guys say there's no. Okay, so the way you started was look, there's no going back, there's no closing, there's no
We're doing this
there's no
together.
out. We're in this together, right? That's the way
said.
you had that conversation that brought up her saying, "Oh yes, but." That would mean that you are aligning with this, that, and the other. In a world of today where cheating is like drinking coffee. I can get 3 in 1. I can get the black one. I can choose. Today I want tea. Tomorrow I want coffee. It is so available. In the world where it is that way, isn't it a fair conversation to have? To say, listen, let's talk about divorce. If you now say, as I say, let's talk about divorce, it's okay to come in and say, babe, there are no grounds for divorce as far as I'm concerned. And then we continue the conversation. For me, there are grounds. If you do this, if you do that, if you don't do this, if this happens,
and you see the assurance that
Which
came
exactly-
from you
yes.
saying, you know what, you're not going to find me on this.
You know, I'm going
to give you my word.
I'm going to
Somebody
ask a
sent,
question that
okay, wait,
you
somebody
might
sent
like,
us
you
a
know.
voice
Yeah.
note. So hold that question. We'll listen to the voice note and then we'll ask the question if you still want it.
I think that, this is for me. I think that this should be, there's no unified answer for this. There's no unified answer. And I think this is going to be like an individual decision for everyone to make. And for him to make, this is his personal decision to make. So the problem I'm having with this is that for the fact that my fiance, or the lady, is not coming up with, when we have serious fight for grounds for divorce, she's not coming up with how do we solve this. She's not coming up with anything like that. She's going straight for, the aftermath, like the divorce. No solution to this. So for me, for the fact that she's going for the jugular directly, that's a red flag for me. And let's just check: is the man rich? Is the man's family rich? We have to check out all this. So for me, I would have loved if the lady was bringing out a solution, not seeing dead end, like. I just think that's a red flag to me.
Isn't it fair?
yes,
Hold on, no.
yes.
Isn't it fair to say that
So now that
cheating
brings
on
me-
me is a dead
Hold
end?
on.
What if she
it
has
looks
more
like
money?
it sounds like this guy knew
what
the person
if-
I was about to ask. You might not like it, but Elon Musk wants to marry her. She will not. Never.
Elon
I can
Musk
bet
wants
it.
to
She will not
divorce.
ask him what of time for divorce.
Says you.
She will not. I can bet it.
No,
One
you
or
can't
two
say that.
things-
See,
Bro, listen.
You know one thing about
No, wait.
Are you
wait.
forgetting
no,
Ashraf
stop
Hakimi's
there,
wife?
stop there. Stop
wait,
there.
wait.
Can we establish
Sorry,
that?
sorry.
Ashraf Hakimi, the person that he got married to had gotten married to different men before then,
You see,
and
women,
intentionally
you see ladies.
ended the
See,
marriage just
you know,
to
I'm
get
always
something
supporting the
from
ladies on
men.
this show.
So
You
yes,
know that, oh.
Tiger
I'm always
Woods,
supporting. But
Tiger-
this one, you see this thing this lady's doing. Leave that thing.
No. Don't even bring.
And he
See,
said something
a
that's
woman
very
will
bad.
leave you. A woman
No,
will leave
no.
you. You have the money,
I didn't say she won't
especially
leave, oh.
in those Western
I
countries.
said at the beginning, she will know, but most of them want to talk about divorce. You don't say, hey, what
Will
is
it not even be better to talk about
Let me
the
tell you,
war?
I can answer you why. I
Will
can
it not be
answer
better
you.
to talk
Wait,
about
wait,
it from
I can
the
answer you why,
But we're
and,
not-
and Godwin will confirm.
But we're forgetting this part. This guy said something.
I can
How
answer
about
you
talking
why.
about solutions to the problem?
No,
Better
wait,
move.
Yes.
wait, Basil Dennis, wait. You said that
To abscond when it gets real
now.
tough.
You said
Let's
in the
go to
Western
Basil.
world.
Way out.
You said in the Western world that women will not talk about the money.
No, I didn't say that.
I just heard that now. That women will not really care for these things, this conversation. You will not be having that in the Western world.
No, I didn't say in the
in
Western
every
world they won't talk
state,
about- maybe you
in
didn't hear
every
me well.
state in America,
They would. They talk
there
about
are
it more.
rules around it. It's
No, I know.
non-negotiable.
No, I didn't say they
in
don't do.
Nigeria, it is not non-negotiable. There are really no hard and fast rules that protect you in Nigeria. Can we establish that?
Yeah. No,
So she's
let me even
again,
say
she's
that.
not
Nigeria
only
don't even
thinking
protect-
about
protect
herself.
women.
She's thinking all the way to. She's already thinking all the way to us having kids. So she actually sees a future. But then again, what are the boundaries of? I want to be able to keep this marriage, but I need to know that I'm protected and we
So,
are
but I'll tell you
both.
something
one of the
about
things
about
that
tell you
Naija Boy
about-
did
tell you
said
something
that
about
I really
marriage.
like.
Okay, go on.
One of the things that Naija Boy said was she wasn't even looking for let's
solution.
find a solution to
And I
what would be the
said-
solution.
I don't
And I
think that's a fair way
said
to say
this,
it.
and I said this or that.
No,
You can
I
always
know
have the
what you said.
I know, I like
conversation.
where
She
you're
started
coming from.
something.
Yes.
She started the conversation. The guy should take it deeper.
Instead, he's
Okay, now,
avoiding it altogether.
You understand?
No, avoiding it. That one is not. I'm
That's
not
the
in support
point.
of that.
So make I bust the bubbles.
Okay,
Women like this,
Eh.
now them go marry finish.
Enjoy.
they don't go fit come out.
The husband will fuck up. She no go feel leave am.
The husband go they mess up.
She no go. Now she go dey do me and my husband.
Well, we're not
See,
sure of that though.
No. But that's the truth.
there's a
The fact that she has thought it through at this time.
yes.
We didn't wait into when we got into marriage and then start having random convo. She's
she's
trying to make sure that she closes all the air gaps.
She's probably
That's a fair
scared of
question.
divorce. She's
But-
probably
yes,
scared of
but
But
divorce.
you know
For
this
us
person.
both.
No.
You know what the
probably
plan
scared
is
of
and all
me.
that.
Herself,
So do you know?
So
do
she's
you know that?
trying to get a reassurance from
For
that guy.
herself. For
But
herself.
do you know that
For
women,
both of us.
women
No,
can
for
know
herself,
when
protecting
their
her
man
interest.
is going to cheat?
You know now.
Women know. If you're getting married to somebody,
Arguable.
no, if you're getting married to somebody and you know them through and through, you can tell to a large extent
Yes, to a large
whether
extent.
they can cheat or not.
Let's be honest. It's
the relationship.
No.
I don't agree.
How far?
the
Let's be
journey-
From the
honest, to a large
relationship,
extent.
Wait,
journey
I
of
want them-
discovery, the journey of
Yes or no?
discovery
To a large extent. She's
between
right.
spouses is till you die. The
Right.
reason I say that is money can
See,
change
humans, really.
change human beings. You
Yeah.
get into
Yes.
and you get into
It's just money.
a marriage relationship, not and well. You get into a marriage relationship and you don't change because the other person wants you to change. You change because you really want to change.
Mhm,
Yeah.
yes, true,
And
yeah.
when you change, you're either changing because you want the person to see you as a changed person, not necessarily
Or you
because
just want to
to
be
be
a
a
better
better
version
version
of
of
yourself.
you want to be not a better version, maybe just a different version of yourself. So if you're looking at, you're analyzing your would-be spouse and you're assuming that this person may tick off one of your deal breakers, and that's why you're having the conversation. It's legit. However, you are not being optimistic about the
The whole
institution of
thing.
marriage because
Right.
you don't
Because it
know.
could change.
You
That's
don't
why I
know
say
the
let's go
person
back
you're
to what
marrying,
marriage is.
even after you marry the person.
Right.
That's what I always
So
say.
any
Right,
mistake,
yeah,
how
but
far?
but-
Where-
but-
you got
but
my feet,
not
you go
having,
change.
not knowing the
See.
person even after you marry the person is also another reason for this conversation to be had now, so that as you they decide to go any which way,
I've told you I will
remember
divorce,
that
I'm
the-
out.
no,
That's
no,
how she sounds,
no,
though. You
no,
don't know.
no. I'm telling you that there are boundaries. When the craze they catch you, understand that this is a
Like
limit
it's
that I cannot take, and that's a fair thing to ask.
That's a fair thing to ask. However, if you're asking because you already have a spare key, that then becomes the problem. So again, I might understand from the guy's perspective that this is something that he's never had to maybe have or hear in the lives of the people that he's hoping that, our marriages will be like this. And then it comes as a shock to him. It's not an unfair question, as SJ would say. You can
SJ.
either have
No, I've
this
not
or
said
that.
no, it's not unfair.
Right? How but if he is thinking that I don't want to have that conversation at all because I'm thinking that once we dive in, we're in, he's not being fair to the lady.
Because I want to say I don't want to have that conversation because could it also be because I know I can cheat on you. I know I can break it.
Wait, the guy is not even thinking it could be the other way around.
What is she the one? Because she wasn't.
Why do we think that
selfish.
women cheat too?
She wasn't selfish about the things that she was saying. She
yes.
wasn't saying, "Oh, I would take away this. I would take no. How would we do this?"
She said, "What do
If-
we do? And then how
What
do
do-
we put
how
the
do we
kids?
put the
How
kids
do
into
we consider
consideration?
the kids that they don't suffer?"
What if she
Again.
turns to the cheat? What if she suddenly made so much money and she feels this guy is no more and she's not good enough for
Let's
me?
go
Do
to
you think
France.
that? No. Do you
What
think
if-
that
I want to
is-
relocate and you don't want
Do you
to.
think that she's saying
if?
this because she already has an idea of what this guy could do?
It's a
once they get
possibility.
married.
It could be that, but it could
See,
also
so I'm
be.
telling you ahead of
it
time.
could
See,
also
he's
be
gonna find out. He's
orientation,
gonna
how
find
she
out.
grew up. If she grew up in a setting where divorce was dirty, or she's been around people, siblings, family members, or friends, and divorce was dirty, and she watched either the children suffer, and she watched the other person, because I promised I was going to be with you till death do us part, I will let you abuse me in this home and cheat on me and all of that. People come sometimes from the place of hurt and trauma, either the ones they've personally experienced or what they have watched people experience. So again, my problem is, why doesn't he want to have the conversation? What are you hiding, bro?
No, I don't think he's hiding anything.
You don't know that for sure.
I don't think he's hiding
You don't know
anything.
that for
I
sure.
I
don't
just
think
think that
I
honestly
also don't think
he
so.
has never, like I said, if anyone asked
Okay.
me that question, someone who intends to get married to me, I will be shocked because that's
Like
not
the
something
way
I'm
she has
used
put
to.
it, yeah.
Someone
Having,
has
that's not a
called us,
conversation that I would
and we shall answer.
All right, let's take this call.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your
How are
name?
you guys doing?
Very
well,
thank
Buchi,
you.
how are you?
I'm fine. How are
Be
you
confident, Buchi.
Well, talk to us.
doing? The confidence is not come my official even with the confidence.
Buchi, go to the matter, quick.
Anyway, as for the topic you talked earlier, like when the guy was talking about divorce, when the marriage hasn't even started, I was like thinking, is he anticipating divorce or something?
It's the woman that is talking about it.
Okay, the woman I was talking about
Yes.
it. the woman doesn't even have a better plan for the marriage. There's no.
Shey you see.
Woman doesn't-
Buchi, do you see your two-sidedness? Can I show you what you just did? You said he was the man, and you said, is he? No, I love it. It's the two-sidednesses of two mouths that you talk. No. He asked, he said, oh, the guy, is it possible that when I said it was the woman, no, she has already decided.
He said it's the guy anticipating divorce.
But
That's
to
what
the
he said.
woman, what did he say? He
he said almost the same thing. No, he said
No,
almost the
you-
same
again,
Did anybody else listen? SB, did you listen to
thing. He
what
said
just
it's the guy
happened?
anticipating divorce. That's what he
I
said.
did not hear fully.
He said he asked a question
It's the guy
around her.
anticipating divorce.
Yes,
That's what
but
he
when
said.
I said the woman, he quickly said, no, the woman. He
so
already
check
knows
out-
the story.
Again,
I think he was gonna say the exact
this
same
is my thought in response to Confident Buchi's expression. We are a society that is steep in tradition, and that means that there are some conversations. If it comes from the male gender, it's okay. If it comes from the female gender, then it's a
red
no-no.
flag.
Which is perhaps what our guy in question is experiencing. That because there's nowhere he would tell the story where it would seem like it's unfair. SJ says in courtship you ask the difficult questions. You ask, what if I know I love you and I know you've shown me that you're faithful, you're a Christian, but what if something happens and we are looking at each other in a court of law? What happens if we have kids? How do we make sure that the aftermath doesn't affect the next
kids.
generation?
Which is a fair ask.
Which is a fair ask in courtship. This is somebody you're going to be spending the rest of your life with. At least, even if you're going to divorce me, let me show up and know how I'm going to
this
deal
conversation
or
should have
process
happened
that.
before now.
No, it's happening at the right
No,
time.
it's happening at the right time, not when they're in marriage. Because if you get into marriage and you say, so, I don't know, we didn't really
That's
talk
the
about it,
problem.
but what if I have somebody that has spare key? I'm going to
That's true.
If you're just joining us, very quickly, Gifted Goddess is going to tell you what exactly we're talking
All right,
about.
we got a message saying, dear men, I would really like this conversation to be had on Dear Men because I would like to hear the different points of view of the men and the women. I'm a guy in my mid-30s in a very healthy relationship and we're very happy. We're at the point of talking marriage plans and that's where we seem to have hit a snag. Please help me look at this. We're talking about this kind of marriage we want, the kind of marriage that we want and our dreams and all. My fiancé now starts asking, what if we decide to divorce? At first I was shocked. Like, where did this even come from? She said we have to factor the chances of divorce happening. So she wants us to be clear on the kind of things that would be grounds for divorce, like cheating, one person choosing to relocate even if the other person is not okay with it, and so on. She also wants us to agree now on some things if kids are in the picture during the divorce. I was not comfortable with the conversation and it turned into an argument. Since then, she's been trying to raise the conversation and I've been avoiding as much as possible. I don't think it is right for people who say that they're in love with each other and want to get married to be talking about the option of divorce. What kind of mindset is that? Is that not spelling doom for our marriage before we even walk down the aisle? Please, what do you guys think? Does this mean that she has an ulterior motive into this marriage? Oh, I like his pungent questions.
We have a voice note. We'll take that voice note. We'll call out the phone lines in case you want to call. You have another 10-ish minutes to do so.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is not to shade anyone here, but have you guys ever been in love before? Like, has anyone ever been in love before? Like I said, I'm sorry if this sounds,
There are too many that are
but when you're
married.
in love, you don't think of anything else. You just want to be together, and that is the way I see it. When you're in love, that's not the kind of person you think. You don't even think about things like that when you're in love. So, except this is new Gen Z love that you start acting different. When you're in love, you don't think of anything else. You're just in love. This is the way I see it.
What happens to
What if I
common
break-
sense?
what if I break my
You want
leg?
to show common sense at all?
No.
What if you
Common
what?
sense would not involve
What did he
divorce.
just say? Wait. What if you break what?
What if I break my leg?
What? Because guess what? That could be grounds for divorce.
Then you don't love the
what
person.
if
Trust me.
What if
See-
she loses
see
her
these
eye?
things with-
What if she cannot give birth to kids?
Then you never
that
love.
grounds for
People don't know love and sacrifice.
Where
is.
does-
Hold your thoughts.
They have
Hold
no
your thoughts.
idea.
Someone's calling us. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, goddess.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, beautiful ladies.
Hi.
Good morning.
How was your weekend and the val?
We do no val now. We dey look
See,
unto
our
God.
faith is
Jesus was our val. You how was your val?
Not honest, I'm not happy. He didn't
Wait
come
till
on my
man do, man.
birthday. I
You know
told him my
beat
birthday
us.
was on Saturday.
Now, wow.
Hey, I'm sorry, I was not here now. I was
I
not in
know
the
what I wanted to
studio.
say.
Sorry,
I was
sorry.
not here. I was not in the studio. I know they are around.
I told you on Friday.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, sorry. We are sorry. We
My
apologize.
knees are on the
Ṣé pé
ground.
tó bá fẹ́ kí n kúnlẹ̀ka bẹ̀yìn ẹ má bínú. Sorry, we are
Sorry,
sorry.
I apologize.
What is your
Happy
name?
birthday, darling.
It's, so you know it's me,
It's
right?
darling. That's his
Okay.
name.
Oh, darling.
Yes, his name is darling.
Okay, well, darling, now only she the accused. I apologize to the two both of us, darling.
Darling.
Belated happy birthday, darling.
No,
God bless you,
apologize,
darling.
Okay, the gentlemen, don't let the gentlemen say that we are sidelining them. Oh, you say you did not greet them.
But I did. I said, oh, there are two. I thought it's one person.
They are
they are
Tiri,
three.
Papa Tiri.
There are three men, no.
Oh,
There's Godwin, Basil,
gentlemen,
and SB. Yes.
I salute you guys.
They're not answering.
They're taking with a pinch of salt. To the matter, darling, what do you think, darling?
I think that marriage is dead on arrival.
Hey, wait.
Wow.
Yes, the guy should just carry his 2 slippers, dust it, put it on his head, and take off. That is the truth.
Why so, darling?
Because it's obvious that the lady has ulterior motive. She has a plan already. Because I don't see reason why a man should have, if the man was the one who brought up this issue, it would have been like, okay, what is the man planning? But for a woman who's supposed to hold a family, who's supposed to hold her marriage, is one who is talking about divorce already.
So, darling, is it right for a man to raise such topic? And are you saying it's right for a man to?
I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying if it was coming from a man, he will question it. He'll be like, why are you talking like this? But for you to come from a woman,
He's saying the woman in question.
all right?
Yeah.
Wait,
If she does, they should.
Is it not okay for you to question it when the woman also brings
question it, still talk about it.
Question it regardless of the gender of the person that brings it up. That's what he's saying, I think.
I'm saying it's not that issue is not even supposed to come up at
all.
So,
That's from the man
so
to the woman.
Yes,
darling, are you
marriage
saying?
that has not happened. Marriage that has not happened. You guys are already talking about divorce. You've not even talked about marriage. You've not even married. You've not even wedded.
See, they are not talking from that story. They are not talking from the point of we want to divorce after some time. Like
Darling
it's
is
a
saying
matter
the
of
way that he
Okay,
came about.
so this
having
is
that
your take, Abi,
conversation.
darling.
So it's my take. And
Thank
for me, the man should just take off. I mean, it shouldn't even happen at all in the first
All
place.
right. Thank you very
which
much.
is an option.
Thank you so much.
Which is
Hello,
an
good
option.
morning.
Okay, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Buchi, talk to us.
Guys, my network went off, so I'm back.
All right.
Welcome back.
Anyway, before I proceed, just that I sent you the message.
Okay.
no
On
problem.
WhatsApp.
Okay.
See, I want to address something significant here. Not everything that goes for the man can easily goes for the woman. Are you getting it there?
Yeah.
Now, when I called in first, and when you say that, when I said it was the man and later I found out it was the woman, and I feel like it's not proper. Look, when it's coming from the man, like if it comes from the man first, I was even like thinking, what's the man thinking? Like what's going through going through his head? Because I was thinking a man is supposed to be the head of the home, and the man should always try to make it so well. But whereby it's coming from the woman, when the marriage haven't even started, that's the pure red flag that things are going to get rough along the way. So it's never a leeway for the woman. Like I don't think that everything can be 50-50 in marriage. Like whenever a man does something, they feel like if a man does it, a woman can do it as well. I don't agree with that idea. A man is the head, and as long as God has put it on the man to be the head of the home, there are some certain roles that are cut out for the man. So whereby it's a woman saying that we should start thinking of divorce when marriage haven't even started, man, that's a big problem there. Because one, there won't be respect in the marriage. I just feel like
We don't get respect.
It's gone there.
yes, I'm beginning to think that there will be a stage when the woman will walk up to be looking at the man and start rubbing shoulders with the man and all that.
Can I just ask him? Can I just ask him?
Okay,
Do you-
Buchi, wait.
I don't know if Buchi is married. Buchi, do you or whenever you?
He's still so single, thank goddess.
Okay, so if you're talking to a girl you intend to marry, do you guys talk about deal breakers?
Yes. Deal breakers. When you talk about deal breakers, it depends on which side, what kind of deal breakers you are talking about. Is it on the side of divorce or things that we can't easily cope with?
It's still same.
The things you can't easily quote are things and the things that lead to
Once it
divorce.
happens, you are out
You're
of that
out of it.
marriage. That's what deal breakers are.
Yes, I understand that.
Okay.
Okay, these are things that I can't really take. That one is even different from what is going on here.
No, it's not. So will it be right for a woman to talk about deal breakers too? A deal breaker for her?
Yes. Yes, so that you guys could know when to respect boundaries.
So what's the difference between what this? Okay, thank you very much, Buchi. Because of time,
You know how we've said it's the
messages are in front of
communication
us.
In my
That's
opinion,
what you said.
there are some
Communication
deal breakers that means that you have no business with marriage.
So-
Because we are beginning to sound like, this deal breaker thing, the way we're pushing it is like sound like people are looking for a perfect person. I don't want
Oh.
Wait, I know what I'm saying.
Let him cook.
Land this plane because somebody's calling
I'm
us.
not even gonna say too much. But what I'm saying is because the way people emphasize, people hide under deal breakers for everything.
That's a different
Not talking
conversation.
about divorce in this tone. It has nothing to do with deal breakers. This person has a plan.
Okay, hold that thought. Hello, good
A
morning.
full complete plan.
Tone. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
morning.
Godwin, SB, and then good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Mr. Ife.
Then coming to Gigi and CBB.
Mr. Ife, good morning.
For me, if it were me, the moment you just start wanting to know how divorce is going to be, I am going to will everything about me to my mother. I'll put it in my mother's place.
Your mama was, if your mother now, I mean, that's the prayer that our parents will go before us.
I will put everything in my mother's name.
And if your mother is no more, what happens?
If my mother is no more, I will send it to somebody. I will transfer it to somebody.
Because he's trying to protect
Because
his
you know
interest
what
too.
funny thing? You know what funny thing? We
Yeah.
are talking about deal breakers there. We understand what deal breakers are.
All right.
That things that when you are scared, this might happen, this might not happen. But for crying out loud, it shouldn't be divorce. When you've not even started, it shouldn't be divorce. You're just taking of the negative when you've not even. That is, the commitment has not even been taken, and you're already talking about how it's going to be like if it turns out sour and all the rest. It goes to prove that probably the lady has an ulterior motive.
Wow.
If at the end of the day the guy just agrees, okay, this and this is going to be, I'm going to give you 2 cars, I'm going to give you 3 cars, this and that, blah blah blah. You know that the lady might just want to just wake up and say, I'm no longer interested in the marriage because
Well,
she
there's
already
that.
has something in ground.
What
I
did
don't
you
know
never
that.
say?
But what if it doesn't?
But you
But
never
for me,
said you were going to.
But
Mr.
to me, I
Ife.
feel
Mr. Ife, sorry, I know that we have very short time, so I'm going to ask you this question and you answer me in 30 seconds. Now, number one, she's not asking for things. She's saying, how do we do it amicably if it comes to that point?
Amicably is politely asking for things.
how
She
do
doesn't
we
mean
do it?
direct.
And she was
Yes.
She asking for things. She's
Yes,
not
she
coming
even
out.
said
Let
the
me know that
children.
this is where my mind
She even considered the
Is it
children.
a case of plan for the worst and hope for the best?
Why do people talk about
That's
it,
what this is
Kochi?
like. Okay, I'm going to hope that
Everyone,
And
seriously.
her bringing up the kids is also her interest covering them.
I think we've lost Mr. Ife. Thank you very much for calling Mr.
we have quite
Ife.
a number of messages.
We
Let's
have
just take them.
messages.
I had this conversation with my wife, and he just said he did the same thing with his, though it wasn't like it came out his
Now
way.
formats, now cause this.
Yes.
But the man shying away is my problem. If you have a problem with the way the conversation is being had, you are
No, you
supposed
don't
to
need to
lead.
shy away. Yeah, you
No,
don't need
but
to shy
that's the
away. Why would you shy
problem.
away?
That's what I see is the
No,
problem.
you're right.
That is it.
So this conversation is also had when there's like traditional marriage. If the lady in question has a father or a guardian, and the guardian is saying to the young man that we're giving you our daughter's hand in marriage. If you're going to beat her, we'll come and take her. That's basically saying
breakers,
we're
divorce.
going to
Yeah.
separate the marriage.
Yeah.
If you guys have kids already at that time, maybe for whatever reason you are now saying it is devil and you had a bottle of something that we're still going to take the kids because we don't want our kids to grow up under this situation.
Kinda, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the same conversation, but it's not coming from the lady. And I'm sure that the man would receive it well because it's coming from
So
another
the
man.
problem
sure.
is that it's coming from the woman and not the
No,
man.
the way,
No,
the way,
the problem
the
is
way.
that
Patriarchal society
it's a
thing.
patriarchal, yes,
He
patriarchal
started it.
society.
I don't lie, he talk am.
and
No, but
it's
it's the way
etched
she
in
put it.
tradition that okay, we shouldn't look at even though this is supposedly a futuristic future investment or plan,
commitment,
we shouldn't look at the idea or consider the idea that this thing is not a fail-safe investment, because yes, what God has joined together, let not man can put asunder what God, only man can put asunder what God
let not.
All right, messages.
Read.
So things happen in a relationship. There is no limit to what can happen in a marriage. Rather than start to think up so many unhealthy or doomed scenarios, that's why it's stated for better, for worse. The guy should be patient and have a deeper conversation with her to know where that is coming from. Understanding is a wellspring of life. If she's still insistent on the prospect of divorce, he should leave. Discussing other snag issues like is okay, but divorce is a no-no, words are life. If such talk comes up, then it will happen. He should leave her. Jimmy from Festac.
And this one says, Gifted Goddess, how are you? And how's Choma? I've not seen... Oh, right. Okay. If I'm planning to do life with you, you're coming up with such conversations, I'll seriously have suspicions of your real intentions. Does it mean that we must have it... does it mean what we have is just vibes and inshallah? Does it mean you will not be able to make things work if need arises? However, as an advocate of when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. I'm not having that conversation and the marriage will not go on. She does. Yeah.
All right, a voice note quickly.
It's Niger boy again. This is your final voice note of tonight.
Deal breaker. I've been married for 17 years. Me and my wife had a fight and she did a deal breaker for me. But, I thought that this is going to be over. And we resolved it. That was the deal breaker that we resolved. So believe me, Chim said that common sense, when you are in love, I swear to God, no common sense, all the common sense is out of the window. Now, if you've been through a couple of relationships and you've been through a couple of breakups, you might be very sensitive to common sense and all that, but trust me, when this is new, you find a new love and all that, at that point, in that moment, there is no common sense.
Okay. No common sense.
When you're thinking of love, you're not thinking of how you can...
Because you're about to get married and somebody's telling you, how do we exit when it gets tough?
Let's see if this one can...
No.
She never said when it gets tough.
No, that's what it means. No.
Something's happening. Okay. We gotta go. Our time is up. Oh my gosh.
She never said she wasn't specific.
No, she didn't have to say it.
She wasn't specific. She was just asking, what if so and so happen? How do we treat this?
No, how do we exit? If you say divorce, it's exit. That's exit now.
No.
It's exit.
Okay, so
better still. What's your take?
The best way to have conversation.
In other words, she's saying I don't like stress.
Style.
Like what do you doing when you're what
she's saying?
Like I would like.
In other words, she's saying I don't like too much stress. I go run.
Okay.
No.
You said you like stress. You like stress.
She don't talk out.
Thank you very much, Godwin, for being here and hanging out with the guys. Thank you, SB, for this conversation.
Thank you.
And yes, Basil, I hope that this guy listened and you've made up your mind on what you want to do.
You should have a conversation with her.
Deep breakers. They don't really understand that concept.
They don't know.
They don't.
But you should speak with her.
That
note, deep breaker and I say,
we've got to go.
When I need 50,000.
News comes up next, and after that, the switch with DJ Writer. Bye. See you tomorrow, guys.
Time it is. Time to leave the stress behind and cruise into the evening with the Super Drive Time Show.
Hey, I'm your sugar man, Clive Sugar George.
Light up your ride with smart conversations to boost your mind. Hottest headlines, sizzling sports, and real talk on relationships, love, and everything in between are all